Hey, what's up, Master Procrastinator? If you have a problem with procrastination, then this video is created just for you. If you are struggling with procrastination and at the end of the day you are wondering how come you haven't done as much as you would like to, or you haven't gone through that to-do list, or you just feel like you have simply wasted the entire day, then you are not alone. If by chance you are wondering if this is by some force of nature, something that's in your gene that caused you to be this master procrastinator, I have a good news for you. Because procrastination is not some kind of weird disease. It is just a state of mind. If you know the way how to change that state of mind, you can actually make procrastination work for your benefit. Before we get into the point, first of all, you need to acknowledge that procrastination is a bad habit. It's a bad habit because whenever you procrastinate, you're putting off the important tasks for the unimportant ones. And when you continue to build this habit into your life, you're gonna find that it is impossible for you to achieve that long-term goal that you want to achieve. So first of all, before we even get into the points, you need to acknowledge and be honest with yourself that you are a master procrastinator. And honesty is the first step towards true and lasting change. Then the second thing is you must be completely committed to change. There is no one else who can do it for you. You need to actually do this for yourself. If your overall long-term goal is important to you, then you need to do whatever it takes. And you need to put your heart, your mind, and your soul into this to combat procrastination at all costs. Now, if you are ready, if you're all 100% committed, let's jump right into it. So here's the first tip. It's called the 10 plus 2 multiplied by 5 formula. Maybe you have heard of the Pomodoro technique. It's a very famous productivity hack. It simply means you take a 25-minute work interval where you do your focus work and then it is followed by 5-minute break. And you do that for 3 sets before you take a longer 30-minute break. So this 10 plus 2 multiplied by 5 formula is not some complicated mathematical formula. In fact, it just simply means you work for 10 minutes only, but you give it your all, you do your focus work during these 10 minutes, followed by 2-minute break, and then you multiply that by 5 sets, and that will make 1 hour. So essentially with this formula, you are still enjoying the Pomodoro technique, but yet you are cutting down the time by half. Now, why is this formula going to work for you if you are a master procrastinator? Because let's face it, sometimes the thought of having to work for 25 minutes and then multiply that by 3 times, that just scares most of us into inaction or into this lazy state of mind. So the thought of having to just commit 10 minutes into it might actually get you started quickly, will actually gain you the momentum that will carry you forward into your day. So it is crucial for you to keep to these time limits. You want to build some consistency into it, because if you skip, then it's not going to work for you, right? However, if you continue to be consistent in completing this 5 sets of 10 plus 2, eventually you are going to be in this state of mind where you are completely absorbed in your work. And eventually, you might even skip the breaks altogether. Tip number 2 is to schedule your pit stops. Now, having regular breaks is an important thing that you need to build into your schedule. Rather than depriving yourself totally of all these things that you enjoy to do, what you can do instead is you jot down all these things that you would like to do and you tend to do when you are procrastinating. Just jot them, all of them down. Do not censor any of it, be it watching TV, surfing the web, scrolling through your social media feeds, anything at all that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's snacking, maybe it's taking selfie. Whatever it is, just jot it down. And then take 20 minutes, limit it to 20 minutes to do all these things. So by taking regular pit stops, it allows you to finish all your work that you need to get done, but at the same time, you are sidetracking to do those things that you enjoy as well. Tip number 3 is be productively lazy. What do I mean by that? Believe it or not, procrastinators are actually very creative people. I mean, think about it. You have found all the creative ways, all the creative excuses why you shouldn't be doing the work that you know you should be doing. Those are creative energy that you've been using to be unproductively lazy. Imagine if you can use the same creative energy to think of ways, of shortcuts, of faster way, how you can get that task that you should do to be done in the least amount of time, in the least amount of effort. So you are using that creative force to actually help you to be more productive in the long run. That is how you can use your procrastination to your benefit. Tip number 4 is have a timetable for your tasks. Procrastination is a tough wall to break. So having a structure to your day can just be the very thing to keep procrastination at bay. Some people procrastinate simply because of a lack of structure in their day. So if you have a problem with this as well, consider setting a timetable schedule for all your tasks. If you have a big task to accomplish, I suggest breaking that task into smaller steps that you can fit into your allotted time slots. Not only will you know what you need to do during which period of time, you also know when to complete it by, and that will force you to think and figure out the way how you're going to get those things done. So this is very helpful to get you out of that procrastination state of mind, because some people just need to have this structure to motivate them to get started in the first place. Tip number 5 is gadget-free decks. According to studies, an average person will check their phone somewhere between 80 to 150 times. That's crazy. That's a lot of time that is wasted just checking your phones for notifications, for instant messaging and emails. And the problem with a lot of us is we have these gadgets at an arm's length, which can be very dangerous because that is going to feed the habit of procrastination. So a way to combat that is to simply keep your decks free from devices and your mobile gadgets. Keep them away so that you will not be tempted to use them. The last tip I would like to share with you is called keep inspirational dream board. Let me show you my inspirational dream board. Now you can create an inspirational dream board just like this to remind you of all the major things that you want to achieve in your life, especially in the long term. Now I can show you certain things here. You can see here, this is the kind of body that I would like to have. This will remind me every time I'm lazy and do not feel like going to the gym that this is the final version of me that I want to become. And that will give you that extra boost in motivation to do what you don't feel like doing. Sometimes the fact that you procrastinate simply could be because you lose the motivation. You are out of touch with your purpose on doing what you are doing. It could simply be that. And coming up with a dream board like this could help you to provide that boost, extra boost in motivation so that you can keep procrastination at bay. When you are creating the dream board, make it personal to you. All those images should represent something that means something to you. And when you do not feel like doing the work, just looking at those pictures will give you that extra boost in motivation to get that things accomplished so that you can achieve that vision that you put on the board. So there you have it. Those are some of the best tips how you can combat procrastination. If you find value in this video, make sure that you check out my other video on similar topic. Check out on the link up here on how you can work smarter, not work harder. So guys, in conclusion to today's video, just get out and do it. But before you do it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button and do it now. Because the chance is if you don't take action today, you'll never get around to achieving that goals that you've always dreamt of. Hey, in signing off today, I would like to remind you, challenge your limits every single day so that you can create that best version that you can become so that in turn you can change the world. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Until we meet again in the next video, take care of yourself and I'll see you again soon.